This Spanish armada is at sea with an army of 10,000 men.
Their combined strength will overwhelm us.
Give me hope.
This much I know. When the storm breaks, some are dumb with terror, and some spread their wings like eagles and soar.
You are a wise man.
And you, madam, are a very great lady.
What intrigues you about Elizabeth's era?
Well, her reign was so long and so dense, and English culture as we know it really emerged. English language crystallised. You know, think about Spenser and Shakespeare and Sir William Byrd. And also you think about how stable she was able to keep the English Empire by displaying, you know, a comparative amount of religious tolerance, like refusing to persecute Catholics. So, I mean, it's no wonder that it's called the Golden Age. She was a remarkable diplomat.
She's been portrayed so many times in literature, art, film. How did you approach the character? How did you bring something of yourself to it?
Well, I think you infuse yourself with all of those influences. You know, you watch everybody from Flora Robson and Betty Davis and Anne-Marie Duff. You watch everybody. You watch all the interpretations, and then you have to, you know, read as much as you can. And a lot of the portraits were really interesting. You know, seeing how she aged, and then it's a collaboration with the director and the costume designer and the makeup artist, and in the end you have to funnel all of that stuff into the script, because in the end you are telling a story and have 2 hours to do so. So you kind of have to, that circumscribes which bits you can, you know, put in.
Who are you?
Walter Raleigh.
Well, well.
We have many weaknesses. We feel too much. We die. But we do have the chance of love.
As a woman, Elizabeth I had pretty much the worst work-life balance going. Do you think it's possible for women to have it all? Family, job, love?
Well, it was you know, it was... I'm post-feminist, and those words didn't even exist, you know, for Elizabeth. The prospects for women were very narrow, and so the life opportunities that were afforded her by ruling the country were extraordinary. I mean, she was extremely well educated, was before she ascended the throne, so she was obviously had incredible wit and intellect, and she had a sort of a natural tolerance and diplomacy, so I think she was destined to rule. And if you think about all the monarchs before and after her, her influence is, you know, definitely the greatest.
Yeah. Beatrice says in Much Ado About Nothing, if I were a man. Do you think Elizabeth wished she were a man, or she was quite satisfied being a woman and working with the powers she had with her gender?
Well, in her rhetoric, in her political rhetoric, she aligned herself with her father. So, you know, I'm my father's daughter and I have the heart and stomach of a king. And I think that was also to claim legitimacy, that she had the right to rule. And I think because there were no examples really for her, maybe Boadicea, but you know, very few examples of women in positions of power, of real, true authority, she was inventing something. So I think she probably had to subjugate many of the traditional female qualities in order to be respected.
Tell Philip, I fear neither him nor his armies.
There is a wind coming that will sweep away your pride.
Do the restrictive costumes, corsets, ruffs, skirts, help you inhabit the character, kind of understand the restraints that she has?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, part of you hopes, like an actor in the rehearsal room, that you can convey the essence of the character, you know, without all of those things. But film is a very visual medium, and those things absolutely influence your carriage and bearing. And, you know, I'm a girl. I love all that stuff.
Was it wonderful just wearing the frocks?
It was, I mean, they were very, very heavy, but it absolutely helped with a sense of status and moment, you know, in those scenes.
And you wore Vivienne Westwood last night to the premiere.
Yes, not a corset.
Is she one of your favourite designers?
Yeah, she's fabulous. She's absolutely fabulous. She loves the female form.